Are you overwhelmed by art supply stores and buying art supplies? I know how you feel. This has happened to me many a time. And I get this question a lot. Where do I buy my junk that I put into my art? And so I'm gonna break it down for you. There's a couple different routes you can do, and I do a blend. I do a blend of all the things. So today I'm gonna talk about all the different ways that I find art supplies and ways that I can be thrifty. So stay tuned. This is Josie. I'm an artist. I love color, process, and material, and I love talking about art and the process of art. And today I want to talk about art supplies because I am a bit of an addict. I do enjoy the art supplies. They have so many colors and they're so pretty. And then if you buy one color of paint, you have to buy all the other colors of paint. I'm gonna summarize my 4 or possibly 5 main sources for the art supplies and how I navigate all those different things, find the best prices, etc., etc. Number 1, the most obvious, art supply stores. I love the art supply stores. The pros of the art supply stores is they're gonna have like the broadest range of high-end materials. So a lot of different kinds of paper that you can look at and feel and touch, which is really important if you're kind of determining what you want to work with. Also, you can look at lots of different brands of paint, and the other huge benefit is there's going to be an employee, hopefully, that's very knowledgeable and will be able to walk you through any questions that you might have. So if you're just kind of starting out and you don't know, have specific questions about brushes or paints or papers or whatever, art supply stores are great if you want to interface with a human. They also might be slightly more expensive than finding things online or other options that are out there. And I think that is all about, paying for those employees that know what the heck they're talking about and, keeping all that stuff in stock. So I try to give my business to art supply stores as regularly as I can because I think it's important to have them and I want to support them even if I'm paying a few bucks more. I have been shopping for art supplies literally since I was like 5 years old, and I still learn things new when I go to an art supply store. I also go a little crazy because all the stuff is so beautiful and I want it all, but I can't buy it all. I really want it, but it's $14.99. $14.99. Look away. A comment about the art supply store. I had a woman on Instagram send me a note to say that art supply stores really stressed her out because she didn't really feel like a legitimate artist. And then whenever she would go in there, she was pretty sure that all of the customers and the employees alike were secretly laughing at her because they all knew she wasn't an artist. Apparently this imposter syndrome is like real. Like people feel it. They don't, they want to make art, but they don't feel like an artist and they don't know what they're doing. And so then they feel very weird when they're in the art supply store. Like they should be, I don't know, more fancy or I'm not really sure. But this lady said she had a breakthrough because she was talking to an employee asking him a question. And this guy was like, hey, listen, 99% of the people who shop here are crafters and hobbyists, and maybe 1% are professional artists. So welcome to the club. Like nobody is really an artsy artist. We don't have Michelangelo swinging by here is what the guy was trying to say. Like we get people that are like, want to make art and want to buy art supplies and feel weird about calling themselves an artist. That's totally cool. They will welcome you at the art supply store. Option 2 for your art supplies is the craft store. So you got your Hobby Lobby or your Michaels, and there's some other ones out there. And the great thing about the craft stores is that they have huge amounts of stuff. Most of them now will have a pretty decent, couple aisles devoted to, professional art supplies, as opposed to art supplies for kids or something, which are, quite inexpensive and maybe not entirely what you need. So the art supply aisles are excellent. And the one I shop at Michael's more often because that's the one that's close to me. And they are coupon fiends. And they do stuff like, you know, you get 40% off one item, or you get 25% off your total purchase, including sale items. And then pretty regularly, I'd say once every couple weeks, once every 6 weeks or so, they'll do like 25% off all art supplies, and, you know, buy one, get ones on the paper and all that sort of thing. So for a thrifty person like me, that knows what I want. You know, usually it's because I know that I like this particular kind of paper, and so I keep an eye on their sales, and when it's buy one, get one, I jump on in there, because then I know it's like a good price. And then there's always like other fun stuff like glitter and tinsel and sequins and weird baking things that you can stick in your frosting and eat them, but you could also put them in paint. Why not? You can find them at the craft store. So it can add a little element of creativity that you might not find at an art supply store. And it can be thrifty, but be forewarned, those craft stores do mark those things up. So an art supply store is probably going to have pretty consistent pricing. That's not going to be like, it's going to be kind of the going rate for the thing. The craft store will have the same thing, but it's like 25% higher, because they're working into their pricing the cost of the coupons. You can still get deals, but you just need to do a little market research before you go and buy the stuff there. Another option, which is kind of cool, is that a lot of the big box stores like your Walmart and your Targets are starting to have a pretty big craft and art supply section. And it kind of varies from store to store, but a lot of times it's like pretty decent quality at pretty good prices. So you can kind of check out what your box store has on hand. It can be kind of cool. That one is just a bonus. I wasn't even gonna list that one, but it's there. Then of course there is the WWW. This is the age of ordering things. And the problem for me with the ordering things is, like, for sure it's gonna be cheaper almost always. But then you get like a little tiny thing in like a huge box, and it drives me crazy. Like, why do they gotta use the huge box? I don't know. So like sometimes I feel uncomfortable about ordering things online. Does it stop me? It does not stop me. No, I order a lot of things online. And in fact, my neighbor the other day was like, so you get deliveries a lot. And I'm like, yes, I do. So if you're gonna buy stuff online, it helps to know what it is you're shopping for. And then it's so easy to price compare. So I will buy stuff from Amazon, which sometimes has like cheaper art supply costs, but not usually. It's you have to kind of look around. A great resource online is Jerry's Artorama and Blick.com. Blick also has brick and mortar stores as well. There's a couple in the Twin Minneapolis where I live, but the website's excellent. It's huge. It's got so much stuff. It's a bit overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for. It's hard to browse the websites, those art supply websites, but the prices generally tend to be good. A lot of times they'll have reduced or free shipping, they'll have coupons here and there, and it can be great. Finally, the last thing I'm going to mention, which is an option for you budget shoppers, is on eBay. If you know what you're looking for and you're willing to buy a lot, you can go on in there and search like alcohol ink lot. And then somebody who is selling either used or maybe like discontinued alcohol ink will be selling like 30 bottles of it or something, and you can get it at a drastically reduced price. It might have been slightly used, it might be slightly old, but you can get real deals that way. You may or may not get to choose your colors. I have bought acrylic paint that way, where somebody is selling 50 tubes of Liquitex acrylic or something, and it's like, it works out to be $1 a tube or something, and that paint is $10 a tube on the art supply market. So I can't necessarily pick my colors, and you do run the risk of stuff being old. So a couple of times, in that lot of 50 tubes, 1 or 2 of them is kind of tacky, or it's definitely past its prime. So that can happen. But if you're willing to just try something out and you want to get a really great bargain on some art supplies, the eBay lots is a cool way to go. That's how I do it when I'm buying the art supplies. And if I forgot any, if there's any that I didn't mention, then please write it below because I'd love to hear about it. If you have any general questions that you would like me to cover in later episodes of Josie Talks About Art, I would love to know them. So please put them below as well. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. You can check out my other socials in the link below. Also, I put my Amazon affiliate link where I, list some of the cool products at, I think, good prices on Amazon. You can check it out. Down there. Okay, bye. They sell the ink pens.
Now,
Then I don't have to buy all that brown.
right?